So hi guys, this is Gellis at Infinite Modesty Design. In this tutorial, we will be making a zipper pouch with pockets, so stay tuned. So this is how we do. We're gonna actually have our zipper, our pins. You could have needle and thread when you baste in the zipper, but I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it with pins. And we're gonna, of course, be sewing with our zipper foot, okay? It's a very, very simple, cute project. You can easily do itself and get over it, which very quickly. So first, the length of the zipper, I have, well, the zipper what I have here from the teeth of the zipper, it's about a 9-inch, right? So if you go for the full length of the zipper, it's like a 10-inch, 10.5-inch, right? But it's a 9-inch teeth for the teeth. So my full width of my measurement here is 2. I have 2 of the same pieces is 10 inches in width, okay, by 7 inches in the height, okay. So 2 pieces of this, 10-inch width, 7-inch height, so 2 pieces, okay. Then also I have this piece, it's 7 inches in, sorry, 10 inches itself for the width, and then the height is about 9.5 I have here. So it's just 3 pieces in it, and this is for the pockets, okay? So we have this piece, we have these 2 pieces, okay? So just to recap, it's about 9.5 roughly by 10, and 1 piece of fabric for the pockets. So this is how we're gonna go ahead and do it. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually sew the pockets first. So I'm gonna put one aside. So I'm just gonna touch right sides to right sides right here. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure everything is right sides to right sides. And then we're gonna pin it down just like this. So I'm just gonna take my pin, I'm gonna pin everything nicely down. All right. So I'm just gonna pin it all the way down. You could actually add more pin, of course, as you go along, but I'm just gonna keep them in tuck here. Just tuck down. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna do 1/4 inch stitch just for the edge of here. Come here, pivot and turn. Come here, pivot and turn. Come here, pivot and turn. And then we're gonna continue, okay? I'm gonna follow the edge of the foot here, right? And I'm gonna make sure everything is nice and sturdy. To avoid any puckers as you sew, just make sure you have everything pinned down nicely. Okay. Everything pinned down neat and nice. Okay. And then I'm just gonna turn on this side here. That's it. So now that we're done, we'll move on to the other piece now, touching right sides to right sides. Right sides to right sides like this. Okay. Then I'm gonna pin this down just to the edge here and just to the edge here. Then my next thing I will do now, I would measure. So I would measure just about 1 inch in. I just want to guide, so 1 inch in, right? Because I'm actually doing a 1/2 inch, sorry, a 1 inch seam allowance in. So 1 inch in just for my guide. So I'm gonna come in 1 inch in from here to here. This is my guide, and my goal is to have a 1 inch seam allowance. So let me just make sure I have it right here. Perfect. Okay, so I would go on my machine and I'll do 1 inch from here to here and 1 inch from here to here. Okay, That's it. Guide on my machine. So I make the guide here so that will stop right here. So I just want to come in 1 inch. And I'll stop right there and do my back flip. Take on my pin. And then I would come down here. I'm just going to pull the thread. Yeah, you could actually cut it out and take it out. But then I'm going to come with my guide here. My 1 inch guide in. Making sure I'm 1 inch. 1 inch on both sides. So 1 inch here. And I'm doing a 1 inch to the end as well. Okay, that's it. So now 1 inch here, 1 inch here. Now we will open it and iron it down. Iron it 1 inch down. So I have a 1 inch full seam allowance for my iron. For my iron here, I'm just gonna iron it down like this. So once I'm done this, turn it like this because you want to get a nice crisp. And with the pockets, you could always play around with the pockets if you want to have a shorter pocket. Yeah, this is a very, very simple project. Okay, so now I am done with ironing. I'm gonna take my zipper, and this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna open it like this. So I'm gonna work this side for this side and this side for this side, okay? Now usually I'll put the zipper underneath, but I'm just putting it on top so you could see what I'm doing here. So my zipper is open, and I'm gonna take this and tuck it right underneath here. Now observe what I'm doing. The metal part is right at where I could see, at a peak where I could see, right there, and then I just pin it down. Okay, so I'm gonna actually I'm putting the zipper under just to see the teeth. That's it. And I'm pinning it all the way down, and I pin it all the way down. Okay, all the way down. So I'm just putting it under. That's it. And I put it here. So if the zipper is a little longer, not a big deal. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up everything now just to kind of get a nice little gauge here. Okay, let me just leave it under like this. So I just push it under, and then once I open it like this, see, I could have that extra here. So now I just push it under. Simple, very simple, right? And then my under piece now, my other piece here, which is this piece, I'll do the same thing. So I just make sure that it's settled here. Right, it's settled here, so everything's settled nicely there. Okay. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna zip it up. So what you could do now, if you have needle and thread, you could actually just baste it down. A simple basting it down. So you baste it down here, then you could take out the pin if you have needle and thread, right? I wouldn't baste anything down. However, if my zipper is long enough, I'll keep my thoughts that I have a metal part here. So once I'm sewing everything down, you would see, then I have to be conscious of that there, okay? But I'm gonna go on the machine now and just sew the zipper down with the zipper foot. Okay, so let's go. Zipper foot. And I'll put it on the right side, like this side. And I want to put my zipper here. And I'm going to open the zipper down a bit. Okay. And I'm going to put the edge of my foot and just make sure the position of my needle is okay. Perfect. So I'm going to put this just in the end here. So I'm going to follow the edge of my zipper here to the edge of my guide here. Okay. But you just have to take your time. Take your time. Just try your best, okay? All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close my zipper a bit. I'm gonna move the fabric a bit like this. Close my zipper up, and you have to do that because you don't want this to touch the head of the zipper and mash up and do a lot of damage, right? So I'll come down here. Okay, I'm close by. Take the I'm gonna come right at the edge here. I'm coming down at the edge. You can always walk it. Edge of my zipper. I'm stopping here. Okay. Then I want to turn this way. Then I'm gonna walk my way over. I'm not gonna sew because I'm just crossing over, right? Sometimes you get resistance. Depends on the zipper you have, or if the zipper metal part is in the way. Okay, and then I'm gonna come over this way. You could always average as well if you're far enough inside. So I'm just gonna pull this out, and I want to still follow my guide coming up. Okay, so just try your best. I don't think mine is perfectly straight, but the best way to get everything nice and tailored is when you have needle and thread. You actually get a really nice clean web. So I'm just gonna put this here and take out the pin the other way. So look at the pin this way. So what I'm going to do here now, since that the zipper is up, so this is a skill I want you to learn about zipper. Now that you're coming to the end, you have to open the zipper and finish the stitch. So my stitch didn't come out that clean. However, the little skill I want you to learn is the more you practice, the more you get it right. So now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to come right at the end here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come around here and come back to the other side here and see if I could actually just come over. Right? If I'm on the thread, I'm not seeing that well, but if I'm on the thread, fine. If I'm not on the thread, I'm going to actually turn around, so I don't think I was on the thread. Come around here, just to kind of close, seal the deal, sort of. So I'm hoping it works. All right. Okay, guys, so I'm done here. So one of the excellent things to do, and I'm going to actually do another zipper again to kind of show you how it's go, because the camera was like right in my eye, so I can't even see that well. But I managed to happen to get the line straight on this side, but on this side it was a little bit curvy, so it's obviously I will do that over and make sure that I can actually see clearly, right? Now, but what I want, in order to make sure you have a really nice clean stitch, it's always good to do a basting stitch, which I will do another project, so you would see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? All right, so once you've done that and everything is nice and pretty, you could of course, you could just place a little iron on it, but I will just continue on. I would open this like that, and then I would close it down like this, okay? Once I close it down like this, I would make sure this part is folding like this, and I will put a pin like that, okay? Then I would continue putting pins. I'll just put a couple more pins here to make it nice and neat. And then I'll put some pins here. Put some pins here. And then you want to fold this down like that. So make sure that this is not too much in the way. So I'm going to fold it down like this. And I want to make sure I put a pin over here. The only thing now with this end, now once you sew, you gotta be conscious because there is a metal part in it. So you want to be conscious where it is. Alright guys, so I'm gonna just ensure that you have this open. It's important. So I'm gonna do a back stitch. Come here, pivot and turn. Do a 1/2 inch stitch, pivot and turn, and I'm done with my stitch. Okay, so let's go. So I'm gonna start on this end, and then I'm gonna come down and go to the other end. So now you want 1/2 inch. Now I know my thing is in the way. You would always trim that out if you can't see the 1/2 inch properly. So always trim it out. So it's a little bit thick there. So what I'll do, I'll just use my hands to kind of do my first couple of stitch. Plus I'm also conscious that I probably have my metal part there, right? So I'm going to use my hand again, and this is a good technique you could actually practice. So most likely I may do this twice, right, just to make sure I get everything nice and tailored. Okay, so I'm clear here. So meaning I may sew this zipper pouch twice, right? I may sew the 1/2 inch twice, right? Okay. So just make sure you take out your pin, of course, right? So I'm just gonna take out my pin here. Do everything nicely. And then we're gonna turn. Make sure we get our 1/2 inch. Serger, of course, you can serge the entire edge. I will do it on another lesson, not on this lesson. All right, so you could definitely serge. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my time and open my pouch now. And before you do that, of course, you could always go ahead and clip all the edges here. And once you clip all the edges, then you could actually serge to make sure everything is nice and clean. Just make sure when you're trimming the edge, you don't trim any of the threads, okay, or the seams, I would say. Okay, so let it poke out nicely. Everything is poked out nicely. So put everything here. Right, push it out. So if you have like a turn, I could actually go ahead and turn everything nicely out. Make sure you poke it out nice. I'm just gonna try to do it with my little non-sharpened pencil here. That's just a homemade way you could do it if you don't have anything to poke it. You use a nice little nunchuck pencil so nothing wouldn't poke out. Okay. Yeah. So just play with it. Poke it out nicely. Pass your little eye on it. Voila, and you're done. Once again, my name is Gellis, and this is Infinite Modesty Design. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.